Good morning, everyone. It's a cold morning. Oh, we had cold days. We even let the water drip a little bit. Again, if I don't know, I've never heard that it doesn't work for just regular water lines. We're not hooked up to city water or anything. We have our own water source that flows into our house. And the pipes are buried. Not all of them. I mean, not all of them. Some of them you just couldn't bury. But anyway, so when it gets really cold, all we do overnight is we let the water just drip, drip, drip. That's it. That's all you need. And the lines won't freeze. It's true. It works every time. Anyway, so I like to study. I heard my mom say to someone one time, I don't know how old I was, 10, 12. Oh, she loves going to school, right? Surely she's not talking about me. It's not that I dislike going to school, but did I love going to school? No. School, I felt like most of what I learned there, this or that, okay. Yeah, was a waste of time. I'm not kidding. Most of it I already knew. Okay, of course I grew with, as you get older, so you learn more. And, okay, I don't know if they ever taught me anything about reading or writing. I already did. I already read and I already was writing by the time I was in first grade. And not children's books. Well, anyway. So I always thought, when I think about it, I think the one thing that would have benefited me more than anything was actually homeschooling. And if I needed something that I wanted to learn about, or I had a goal, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go, this is the type of job I want someday, then I could really immerse myself in what was needed to get to that point, right? Where then you're successful. Well, anyway, so studying, I've always loved studying and I still do. Just giving a little forerunner of, right? Yes. And when it comes to that, I don't want to be hampered by studying. People say, well, that's the only thing that goes with it. You can't use that. For example, you want to become a veterinarian or a pediatrician or just a medical doctor, practitioner, then even a nurse, right? Then you have to stick with what? With the Western medicine approach, which is what? Right? Yes? Absolutely, 100%. No. I doubt very much, though I think they've tried to incorporate alternative medicine, Eastern medicine, herbal medicine, this and that into, and Germany's actually really good about that, or was, I don't know, probably don't have the money anymore for it either. It's more important to shoot rockets into the sky or something. Well, anyway, there I go. And you're not going to find that as important as, right? You're not bedside manner. This, no. The one thing that you're being told, don't get involved with your patients, right? Yes, you're going to have to keep a distance. This, that. Really, I was told that while I was sitting with people at the 11th hour who were dying. Don't get too invested. How the heck are you not going to get involved? How the heck are you not going to be? If you want to be there, then why be there? If you're there at someone's passing, specifically designed to be there if there's no one there or to help with the family, this and that, sometimes you'd be surprised. Right? When people are going through transitioning of their loved ones, they're in a mess. They're in a total mess, most of them, okay? And there are different emotions that go through, even if it's a big family, there are different emotions that are going through the whole group. If there is somebody, yes, neutral per se, from the outside, there to just be there for people to just talk. Right? You can't say certain things to your family members, this and that, which is sad too, but kind of keep the glue together. Sometimes that's a really amazing experience, but I'm not going to mention that here. What do you want? Huh? Okay, big boy. Go lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. No. Lay down. No egg carton tore up today, huh? Go get your piece of wood. There's plenty laying around. Jake keeps bringing them in. Okay, guys, he's not going to calm down. I don't know what got him all going here. Huh? What got you going? There. Let's see. It's cute how your animals get excited with you, right? Probably to get me back on track here. So you're not getting the wide range of on what you are interested in. You're only getting what? Yes. Oh, people who are passing, and then you're there, and you're not supposed to get involved. Yep, you have to keep it. Really, I sat there, and I'd already done. This was from a new one that had been hired to do some, and you got to. And I listened. I said, that's not going to happen with me. And she gave me this. I said, how can I be absolutely effective and do my job when it comes to something so important like this for everyone involved? If I'm there by myself with the person who is passing or in transitioning, or with the family members there, this and that. I said, you got to be kidding me. Write a book on how that's actually done. I'd like to see that. I'd like to read that book and see how that's actually possible. It's not if you want to do your job right. And I believe that goes for anything. So, I never liked being restricted. This is one thing about school I didn't like. And always kind of realized I'm only getting maybe half of the story. I'm never getting the whole story. So, getting back into what we're studying right now in the Old Testament. Interestingly enough, and this video has been popping up about certain things about Egypt. Okay? And I'm going, and the people there. So I went and looked it up. I'm not kidding. Some of the questions that I had about certain things that were, okay, why is that even in there? And why is it in there like this? And I don't know what. It's not. A lot of it has nothing to do with God. Okay. You go and lay down now. Go on. No. Where's my fly swatter? That works really well. Just, hey, go lay down. Go lay down. Do you want to go out? Do you need to go out? There's one more. It's not time to be fed yet. Huh? Oh. Are the other two upstairs? Huh? You're down here by yourself? All right. So in any case, I'm listening to this video. I'm going, oh. And it was talking about certain things that people did. People that the Egyptians had. Again, in the okay. I'm just mentioning it because here I came across a video that when then I read some things that God directed Moses with, and I'm going, I'm starting to think that God had very little to do with a lot of it, except for, okay, we're going to establish this covenant. Did he establish the covenant with the 10 commandments, right? Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, go. And then a lot of the other stuff, I have to tell you, it's interesting. Go and start. There's some YouTube videos on ancient practices in Egypt, this, that, up at the time where the Israelites, I think in one of them, they mentioned the Israelites. And then when you when I think what I'd read again, but in a different way, I'm reading it completely different now than I have before. It's interesting on how much the Israelites are still under the power of how people were, what their practices were from Egypt, the Egyptians. Yes, and it's like, what? Interesting. Again, there's like this parallel thing going on. Yeah, we think when we're not willing to do our own studying, right? And say, we want to go check this out, this, that. If we're just taking what is given to us in our own, the way we grow up, the country we grow up in, this, that, the schooling that we have, even the parents that we have, I think sometimes more simple would be better. But if we're not willing to expand our field of knowledge, right? When we are interested in something, want to have something to say about it, okay, have our own opinion about it, then you've got to have a greater field than with what you're getting where you are at. Because if you don't, you will never know. You will never actually be able to be truthful about it or have a proper opinion about it. An opinion that actually counts, that means something, where it's actually factual. You see? Yes? And again, with the Bible as well, it's just interesting on, as I said, I'm watching a couple of videos about the ancient Egyptians and going, wait a second, that sounds awfully familiar. And why does that sound so familiar? Because it's right in here. Some of the practices, some of the ways of, on how even then, how the Israelites moved forward. And it wasn't acceptable to God. It wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. Well, anyway, you can, I found people really good about when they have certain demons they're working on with them themselves, instead of just saying, okay, I just have to say, no, done, right? They're just working their demons around a little bit. Hey, I'll put you in first position now, and you go in last position. And then I'll see what I can do in the middle, right? Yes? Switch things around a little bit. All demons are still there. Right? Yes? Nothing's taken care of. Right? Yes? Okay. Anywho, so if one wants, even in the Bible, I guess I've got to learn more about what the life of the Israelites may have been at the time in Egypt in order to better understand what the heck's going on here now, right? Especially with all the weird stuff about uncleanness, right? Yes? Interesting. I'm telling you, I can't get into it all here. It's too long. I got a different job here to just talk about that. Well, in any case, so there it is. And when one does that, you go and actually study up on certain things and broaden your horizon to more than just your own country, or even just your own continent, and you can do that now. We can do that now. You see? Okay. Then you realize that a lot of things out there that we're being taught actually isn't the way it was at all. Okay. We are in Numbers 4. Oh, well, maybe I'll talk about. Ugh, my God, ugh. I had a very, very eventful day yesterday with all kinds of things, and it's a ugh. The wheels are spinning in my mind. Okay, the Levite clans. We're in Numbers 4. Oh, now we get to know about each clan. Okay, the Kohathites. Kohathites. What? Never heard of that one. Or did I mention that one before? Doesn't sound familiar. Oh, yeah, the Kohathite clans. They're there. Yeah, my eyes fell right on it. Yeah, there it is, Danielle. Okay. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, take a census by clans and families of the Levites descended from Kohath. 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 And I'm going here again. Oh, spoke English for so long. I had no doubt that if German would still be more in my cruising around in my mind, I would call this Kohat. 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 But T and H make a th sound. Kohath. I bet you that's not right. Kohat. All right. What else? Does it matter? Well, again, what did I say? All the men between 30 and 50 years of age eligible for military service who will have their duties in a tent of meeting and who will what? Okay. Oh, looky there. First things first, right? Start building an army. That's important. These are the duties of the Kohathites. Kohathites. Okay. Looking after those things that are especially holy. Oh. A tribe to just protect the Levites and, okay, all their precious cargo. When camp is broken, Aaron and his sons must come and take down the screening curtain and cover the ark of the testimony with it. Over this they will put a covering of fine leather, over which they will spread a cloth entirely of violet purple. They will then fix the poles on the ark. Oh, yeah, everything has to be covered, make sure nobody sees it. No, 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 it's to keep it clean. Of course. Oh, then what? Oh, well, see, I could start a conspiracy theory right here if I wanted to. 2 or 3 different ones. Or I can just stick with what I actually know probably happened or makes more sense. Maybe, maybe not. It just depends. Yeah, I have no idea. How seasoned were Moses and well, Moses already killed a person, so hey, that's I don't know, maybe not such a uh, unknown thing at that time. I don't know. It's fine. Uh, no, Aaron, has he lost his 2 sons yet, or is this still before? I wonder how he felt after that. I don't know. God kills your 2 sons. If that's even true. I say it's just like, well, okay, I'll just have to go with it. And okay, let's look at, as I say, you got to go and read up on ancient Egypt. It's just difficult to get away from that golden calf. All right. Danielle. Over the offertory table they will spread a violet cloth, and on it put the dishes, cups, bowls, and libation jars. The bread of permanent offering will also be on it. I wonder if any of the other Israelites, besides just the scribes, wrote. Anybody learn how to write or do math? Oh well, you got to do well. I mean, just doing regular chores, you've got to do some math. Ooh, interesting. That's kind of a math is kind of a, what you call it, and everyone inclusive in some form or way. Right? Oh, but is there anything out there with that the common people? Gosh, we're talking over 1 million people, men and women, kids. Okay, kids. And there aren't, is this, all this stuff written down was just done by what? 5 people? I just wonder. That'd be interesting. The Israelites should go through all their ancient stuff and I don't know what survives after 3,500, 4,000 years. I have no idea. It's so not, one just doesn't really know for sure. All you can go with is, and kind of compare, and you go, oh, wow. Like, the whoa, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar. What did I just hear about ancient Egypt and what's in the Bible? Okay. Odd stuff, by the way. Not, as I said, some of the things I'm just kind of, what? Why would that be such a, what the heck? Okay. And if God had anything to do with this, then it was probably for a really good reason too, which I'm not going to mention here. I watched some. Okay, oh, Danielle, stop. Just read. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, I had already a busy morning. I'm good, guys. I'm good. Oh my gosh. Oof. Over the offertory table they will spread a violet cloth, and on it put the dishes, cups, bowls, and libation jars. All right, let's just read it again. I'm so all over the place right now anyway. The bread of permanent offering will also be on it. Oh, I'll tell you another one. There's a reason why it's unleavened bread. I found that out too. And it has to do with some practices again that came from Egypt. Yes. Weird ones. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. As soon as I saw that in that video, I'm going, now I know why unleavened bread. Because I can't see the horrible thing about leavened bread, not getting it. To me, there's no difference. One is one, the other one is the other one. You use one for certain things, the other one for certain other things. It's just a different texture. But when you read up on ancient Egypt about certain things, you're going, oh, that may be why. Okay, all right. So what is it? I'm not telling. You guys go and study it up. Okay. Takes too long if I get into everything here now. Interesting, as I said, broaden your horizon, go study up on your own, don't just believe what everybody else says, and then cross-reference, make sure, right? Yeah, done. Yeah? Then you actually have something to talk about. All right, they will then take a violet cloth and cover the lampstand, its lamps, snuffers, trays, and all the oil jars used for it, and will lay it and all its accessories in a covering of fine leather and put it on the litter. Over the golden altar they will spread a violet cloth and cover that with a covering of fine leather. I thought we were reading about the Kohathite clan, but here we are reading about how they're taking everything down, which surely the Levites are doing, right? It's not their job. Oh, they had to do nothing but just lay around. And Kohathites, besides taking their own camp, were doing that too. Yeah, you know what? This has to have. Oh, I'm not even. I'm not even gonna go there. Oh, lazy people, huh? Sheesh. Well, let's finish reading. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But why does it? It started with, got one little tiny little. Okay, so they are taking care. They're just protecting them. But Don't they have their own stuff to take down? Well, the Levites do too then. All right, so they help each other out. I'm assuming? Okay. All right. That sounds good. Now see, we got somewhere. Then they will then take all the other objects used in the service of the sanctuary, put them in a violet cloth with a covering of fine leather, and put it all on the litter. When they have removed the ashes from the altar, they will spread a scarlet cloth over it. What altar? Ashes? You mean an altar where the animals are being burned? I know that looks awfully. I bet that wasn't as big as they showed. I can't see that. If you have to move that, well, regardless, it's just a mess. Well, maybe they had somebody that cleaned that every time. It doesn't say. This place, and on this place, all the objects used in the liturgy. The fire pans, hooks, scoops, well, it had to be cleaned, and sprinkling basins, and all the altar accessories. Can you imagine? Man! Over this, they will spread a covering of fine leather. I wonder how many times they put up camp, in certain places, for how long, and then moved on again. 40 years in the wilderness. Well, I don't know. They will then fix the poles to it. Once Aaron and his sons have finished covering the holy things, oh yeah, they're the only ones allowed to do that. There you go. See, forgot about that. And their accessories at the breaking of camp, the Kohathites will come and carry them. Oh, I see. But without touching any of the holy things, on pain of death. I don't believe that. Oh, right. I don't believe that. Sorry, guys. I'm done. I just saw something yesterday, too. I was just sitting there going, no. People don't fall for things like that. No. Wait. And the fear that was put into people about if they don't do and obviously are doing things they were just taught not to do, that was a sin. Yet, because it's God who's doing it, it's fine. Yeah? Okay. No, guys, it doesn't work that way. And that people fall for things like that is a mystery to me. I mean, and young people. I mean, here you are as parents. You're trying to teach your child, right? Okay, so I'm telling you, you're going to get hurt. This is what's going to happen if you do this. It could kill you, and you could kill other people, right? Say, for example, if you get behind the wheel, drunk or something, right? Yes? Don't do that. You don't do that. You never do that. Done. They do it anyway. Doesn't matter. You tell them, say, hey. Besides, you could end up in jail. Right? Don't do certain things or you're going to be unhappy. Right? It's going to make you unhappy. You're not ready for that. Wait until you grow older. Finish up what you want to learn. Where you want to go with your life. Right? Don't do certain things before that. Just be strong and don't do it. Right? Yes? Or be ready for the consequences. Yeah? Not anybody getting out to get them. It's just their own. However you build your nest, right? Yeah? That's how it's going to be. Oh, you kidding me? Teenagers. We have a special word for people. Huh? Young people. Teenagers. Everybody. Teenagers. You mention teenagers, and parents just start rolling their eyes. Good reason for it. And yet, there are people out there can pull your child in to with the promise of death. Put the fear in them, right? You're going to die. You're not going to get to heaven. This, now, if, right? And they have all that power over them young people. Yet as parents, you raise them, you love them, you feed them, you clothe them, you hug them. You tell them the same thing. And they couldn't care less. So many of them couldn't care less. Huh? So again, yeah, it's not that the will isn't there to obey even. It's just, why is it so hard for people to just stay on the side of goodness? And remember what's right and what's wrong, right? Yes? Yeah. Well, anyway, as I said, I watched another, this just came to my mind on that again. So, no. So, after I watched that one, I'm going, oh, I'm very clear here now. Anytime they mention all that death crap, sorry, that's exactly what it is. I do not believe that if any of them were to actually touch, take a peek. Oh, let me see what that actually looks like. What's the big deal with that? Okay, well, take a peek. The next thing you say, well, why don't I take some? Okay, again, all right. But by death? No, I don't believe that. Just make another sin offering. Well, anyway, I don't believe that anymore. I can say that 100,000 times in here. I do not believe that God will punish you with death because you accidentally or even on purpose touched one of them holy things. Done. That's a man-made thing. Done. Not even. Okay, let's see. What else will incur death? Well, you're carrying this. God almighty. All right. I've seen too many despicable things in the last 24 hours. One marvels over the, no, people are not that dumb. They can't be. Yes, they are. And we'll take it out on good people trying to stop the insanity. That's even more weird. Ugh. Such is the load for the Kohathites in the tent of meeting. But Eleazar, still alive, son of Aaron the priest, is responsible for looking after the oil for the light, the fragrant incense, the daily cereal offering, and the anointing oil, and for supervising the entire dwelling and everything in it, the holy things and their accessories. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, they haven't even gone anywhere, have they? I don't know. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, you must not let the group of Kohathite clans be lost to the rest of the Levites, but deal with them in this way, so that they may survive and not incur death by approaching those things that are especially holy. Aaron and his sons will go in and assign to each of them his task and load in such a way that they have no need to incur the death penalty by going in and setting eyes on the holy things, even for an instant. I wonder if, I know of a religion, I'm not going to mention it here because I don't like to single certain things out, but one should. That sounds really familiar with one religion I touched very, very briefly. Touched base very briefly. And I remember our whole family went. Okay. We wanted to just check out the church, right? Look good from the outside. So we went and had a visitor's center. I'm going to have a visitor's center. Oh, interesting. And you went in and they showed some videos, and then I said, can we go to the church, just attend a sermon? Oh, nope, you couldn't. You could not do that, my dear people, till you were signed up, registered, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't check it out. And they had this called Inner Sanctuary or something. Going, you have a what? And I can't go in there because I'm a not of what and how and where am I written down? I looked at that and I looked at my husband and said, I don't think we're going to miss anything here. So, well, I still wanted to see the inside, which it probably looks the same as most whatever, just, I don't know, places of when you meet and hear about God. So I wonder. I told my husband, I said, you know what? Anybody that comes and sees this on how this actually works should be already worried. So he says, well, it could be because they don't want, like people with bad intentions. I said, well, then where is their faith in God? I mean, isn't the church a place for sinners? Well, anyway, so he's like, oh yeah, you got a point. Yeah. Anywho, why would people be pulled in by something where certain things stay a secret, right? Well, why can't you tell me that now? Well, you have to first you have to brainwash me first enough so that I actually will accept that secret thing. Okay, got me? Okay. You always find a way for me to get it. All right, gotcha. Good. I love working together with Spirit World. Done. Okay. Anyway, I don't believe that there was any kind of death stuff going on. It's probably more. These are very precious things. Sometimes people don't realize how precious something is, and handle it carelessly. Right? I think this is what if anything. Okay, you want to believe. Okay, make sure that everything is handled appropriately, carefully, so nothing gets destroyed. Right? Yes? That's the kind of, I said, yep, Goku said, well, okay, well, if something gets broken or this or that or disappear, well, then you just have to make it again, I guess. God didn't want that. Right? And I have no doubt he realized how difficult it was for them to put all this together, this and that, the sacrifices they made, right? They just come out of Egypt as slaves. What do slaves own? Unless, of course, it wasn't like that either. Okay. But in the way that I like to think of, again, how do I know God? How do I know my heavenly parents? How do I know them? Right? I was vindictive, cruel. I'm going to kill you. So what if we were to tell that to our children every time? If you don't do this or that, if you don't stay away from them, I'm going to kill you. But that's what it is. It cured death? By what? How does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. People shouldn't believe stuff like this. Yeah, the stories are in here for a reason. I got it. Interesting to read. Again, broaden your horizon when it comes to study, and and certain things you just don't know. I will not. No. Doesn't matter what you have to say. I'd like to have a look at all them scrolls. All right. The Gershonites. Yahweh spoke to Moses. We're never going to get done. Yahweh spoke to Moses and said, take a census of the Gershonites by families and clans too, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age, eligible for military service, and who will have their duties in the tent of meeting. Also, was it military service? I just wonder, okay, I don't like wars. I don't like armies. That's not what we're here for. We're here for plowing the fields. Make sure we grow enough food. Be good to the animals, right? Do things that keep us happy and do things that sustain us and everything around us, right? Yes? Learn how to be loving people, loving families, loving communities, loving nations, and loving a loving world when it comes to mankind. All right. So how about, I would say, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age should be working. Right? No lazy bones laying around. Anyway, okay. Whatever. How are you going to grow in numbers if you start a war already? Okay. I'm all riled up today. These are the duties of the Gershonite clans, their functions and their loads. They will carry the curtaining of the dwelling. Wait a minute. Oh. The tent of meeting with its covering and the covering of fine leather that goes over it. The screen for the entrance to the tent of meeting. The curtaining of the court. The screen for the entrance to the court, surrounding the dwelling and the altar. The court and all the accessories for worship and all the necessary equipment. Accessories for worship. Isn't that what the other ones already carry? Oh, it's nice though. Okay, so everybody gets to carry a little something, right? God's inclusive, right? I like that. That now I like. That now I can believe. That sounds like God to me. Okay. They will be responsible for these things, except for the death part. All the duties of the Gershonites, their functions and their loads, will be carried out under the direction of Aaron and his sons. You will see that they fulfill their charge. Such are the duties of the Gershonite clans in the tent of meeting. Their work will be supervised by Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Okay. That's it. I'm starting to say, okay, everybody, let's see. The Merarites. You will take a census of the Merarites by clans and families. You will take a census of all the men between 30 and 50 years of age eligible for military service, who will have their duties in the tent of meeting. Also, are you telling me that the ones who actually are the most able are just going to be used for moving the ark stuff? What about helping their women and older people then? Well, between 30 and 50, you still got the ones in their 20s and, okay, all right, and 60s. They're usually still, I don't know, they didn't grow that well. Okay, age-wise, I'm not so sure about how old these people actually got. It's definitely not in the hundreds. All right, so a certain amount. All right. Stuff, I have no doubt it was heavy stuff. The load they carry and the duties incumbent on them in the tent of meeting will be as follows. The framework of the dwelling, its crossbars, poles, and sockets, the poles round the court with their sockets, pegs, cords, and all their tackle. You will draw up a list of their names with the loads for each is responsible. Such are the duties of the Merarite clans. All their duties in a tent of meeting will be supervised by Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. All right. Notice the Levites had more people than anybody else. These guys still have to carry all their stuff too. And the Levites didn't have enough people to just do this themselves. Something fishy going on here. Census of the... I had to say that now, right? Census of the Levites. Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of the community took a census of the Kohathites by clans and families, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age, eligible for military service for duties in a tent of meeting. The number of men counted in their clans came to 2,750. Never fear. What? I've got to write it down, guys. I just feel like I need to. I want to see what the... So they only had... Got to remember, too, that some of the clans were all together in the other one, and then here they are all separate. The number of men counted in their clans came to 2,750. It took 2,750 people. Wait, let's just read. Such was the total number of men in the Kohathite clans who were eligible for duties in the tent of meeting and whom Moses and Aaron counted at Yahweh's bidding through Moses. Oh, okay. Well, they had, from that clan to carry whatever they carried, Moses and Aaron had 2,750 people available. And then I guess they just chose whoever. Might not need, but how many did they actually need? Oh, it doesn't say that. That's so weird. They wrote things down so weird. A census was taken of the Gershonites by clans and families, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age, eligible for military service, for duties in the tent of meeting. The number of men counted in their clans and families came to 2,630. 2,630. Oh, such even numbers, right? One never knows. Such was the total number of men in the Gershonite clans who were eligible for duties in the tent of meeting. And whom Moses and Aaron counted at Yahweh's bidding. A census was taken of the Merarite clans by clans and families, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age, eligible for military service, for duties in a tent of meeting. The number of men counted in their clans came to 3,200. That's even numbers. Even numbers like that, even before, they always raise a red flag for me. But again, I mean, it's an approximate, but you're approximate with numbers, okay? What else are you approximate with? Just saying. A census was taken. Already did that. The total number of Levites, whom Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of Israel counted in their clans and families, all the men between 30 and 50 years of age, eligible for religious duties, and for those Did you guys just notice something? I'll read this again. You guys figure it out. I noticed the total number of Levites whom Moses, Levites, not Levites. Levites still sounds more right to me. Levites, whom Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of Israel counted in their clans and families. I'll slow it down. All the men between 30 and 50 years of age eligible for religious duties and for those of transporting the tent of meeting came to 8,580. You guys notice that? No? Okay, well. At Yahweh's bidding through Moses, a census was taken of them, and each man was assigned his duty and load. And so the census was conducted by Moses as Yahweh had ordered him. Really? Did he really order you like that? Okay. This all happened a long time ago. It's interesting to read this. To me, most of all of these things, anything, I observe humankind, right? Mankind. Hey. It is so peaceful when we sit on the porch and we watch the horses do their thing out there, and they're all either grazing. Yesterday we watched Maverick run back here just as excited as he could be. And it's like, that's our tallest one. The horse is the youngest one. And here comes Sage right behind him, And just looking out there, there is Gus with all four of his paws. It was a nice sunny day, up in the air, just yeah. And you look out there, things are starting to sprout out and bloom some. And it's so peaceful and harmonious. And it's always like that. Gives you such a, when it comes to, as I said, what did I talk about? It? Principles of creation. Certain things are hostas, are coming up, and they're edible, by the way, head to toe. There's a lot of them, and they're so beautiful. Sissy planted those. And there's more and more of them in their own little, relatively big bed. And they're coming up. Certain other things are coming up. Our peas are coming up. So you look up there and you get this peaceful feeling of the clouds are moving, the sun is shining, the warmth of it's been so cold again. The wind can just, the wind, when the wind goes, it's so icy. Anyway, get my drift here. Then, unless it's children. Never have a problem here with children. Don't really with adults either. But anytime there is anything going on where, why even do things like that? It's when I look out there and see what humans are doing, right? Mankind is doing. I shake my head. What? What are they doing? Sometimes people come here and go, what are you trying to do here? Right? Yes. Interesting, I think. So I just observe and how the Bible is written right now too. I kind of, you guys may have noticed that, but yeah. I mean, I'm not just going to go with whatever it says in there. I'm just not. Okay? I'm not. Oh, then you're not going by God's word. Who says that's God's word? I'm sorry, guys. There's too many discrepancies in there. That serve whom again? Who do this? Who does this? Who does most of this serve? Huh? Yet we observe, we learn anyway. Right? It's a way to establish a relationship with God. Yet. What kind of relationship do you want to have with God? Huh? A deity that you can worship and, put things in front of? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's it. For most people, that's the cross now. It represents God as well through Jesus. I don't know. What else is there? Well, anyways, so that things go always well for you and that nothing bad happens. And if the more you give, that, right, then the greater chance you will have. Okay, really? It doesn't work that way, people. It just doesn't. I'm not, people can go ahead, they can do whatever they want. But eventually if you survive it, some of these things that people are doing out there when it comes to all that, they don't survive. They really don't survive. Oh, not because of God or something they didn't do. No, it's because they were dragged into something by other humans, other people. Well, anyway. Again, depends. Or do you believe that we are created in the image of God? And then look at how you're actually created, especially when it comes to your heart and mind. Then start searching for that. Okay, where'd that come from? Yeah. Well, anyway, I said, you sit. I think that's one thing I have to say. Most people who are spiritually inclined and are trying to teach others say, go take some time in nature, right? Yes, go ahead and take your bug spray with you, right? Though if you just tuck your pants into all right, and put some tape around it, you'll be good too. Just it takes a little more than just but it would be better for out there. Okay. Long sleeve shirt. Okay. Know where you're going, and don't tramp out into the wilderness without having some either someone with you who knows where they're going and how to get through it on your own, or just on your own. Take a nice path in the park or something. Yes. People, when he says go and spend time in nature, think automatically you want them to go out into the wilderness. That's not true. Just go and sit somewhere, even botanical gardens. Love botanical gardens. Just go sit on a bench and just watch for a while. Just watch and just soak it up. Yes, soak it up. Then you're ready to battle again. Against what? Your other inner self. All right, enough for today. I might just make a video of that other thing that I want. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I had to mention how people are going to be curious. All right. Let's just mention that on here. There's a Netflix series. I just saw it about 4 cult leaders in Korea. Okay. Yes. No, they're not among the 4. And I watched that the last couple of days, and it's like, oh my God, no way. No. Yes. Ugh. Horrible. Just awful stuff. The most awful thing I think about it is that they used God. They used God. Huh? Not everybody does that. These guys did. And it's unbelievable how many people just followed right along. Also using God. Huh? Yeah. Oh, but they just did. Nope, you don't get to do that. Anyway, so there it is. Golden calves. Oh, nope, don't go there. I've explained that in other videos. All right. God's love, blessings. May He protect you. And I'll talk to you all another time.